There's a bunch of crazy stories written by the Brothers Grimm. And now you're gonna learn all about them, listening to the Brothers Grimm.
Students and scholars, friends and relations, I bid you welcome to the Brothers Dim podcast, a podcast in which we delve into the clever yet often quite dangerous world of the Brothers Grimm, including this week's fairy tale, story number 77, Clever Gretel. My name is Phil.
And my name is Mike. How are you doing, Phil?
I'm doing okay, but let me ask you something, if I may.
Sure.
Okay, how long have you been sober?
4.5 years. Coming up in February, it'll be 5.
Oh, okay, wow. Well, first of all, congratulations. As you know, I kind of dabble in sobriety. No drugs for me. I quit smoking cigarettes long ago. I've been trying to stop drinking for a few weeks at a time, and that's part of why it's also hard for me, I think, to quit altogether as a teetotaler, because it doesn't super affect. First of all, alcohol doesn't super affect my work, like my drinking, but it does affect my creativity, and in that I just don't do a lot of creative when I drink. I do a lot of housework, but that's about it.
I was a very big fan of drinking as much wine as possible while cooking. That was a problem. One thing I do miss is just like being able to zone out and clean the whole kitchen after everybody goes to bed, powered solely by Chardonnay.
Yeah,
but now I
it
just
wasn't
get sleepy
Chardonnay for me, but
yeah, I think I had a bit of the same mindset. Yeah, but
no, it's
that's just me.
Yeah,
I'm not here to lecture anybody.
Well, you don't need to lecture anybody, but I did want to say congratulations on the 5 years sober. And to loop us in, it makes you quite different than the protagonist of today's story. Do you have a grade for this story?
S tier all the way.
Okay.
This is my favorite story so far.
That's amazing. I gave it an A, but I'll take S tier.
Yeah. No,
this is a great story. I can be talked into S tier pretty easily, I think.
It's a big I had to think twice about it, but I was so tickled by this story. I had to go for it.
For a story as short as it is, yeah, I did quite enjoy it. There was a drunken master quality to it, with a bit of Shakespeare comedy level of silly misunderstandings.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit
all
of
packed into a very tight, like 2 pages.
Yeah, it's bordering on Amelia Bedelia, but not quite.
Amelia Bedelia that knows what she's doing.
Yes, yeah,
and is doing this as
she's got her own game going.
She definitely does. Anyways, okay, so Mike, if you don't mind, I would love to take us through the plot of Grimm's story number 77, Clever Gretel.
Can't wait.
Once upon a time, there was a cook named Gretel who wore some red high heels and thought she was quite the little hottie when she'd look at herself in the mirror wearing those shoes. So one day the boss rolls in and says, Gretel, time to work. Gretel starts cooking. She starts drinking too.
As one does.
So I'm with you so far, Brothers Grimm. Guest is running late though. So Gretel, she keeps drinking, starts getting sloppier with her cooking, burns one of the sides of the chicken. She says, well, waste not, want not. She eats the burnt part, which is still quite juicy and good. Work done. She goes looking for the boss. Can't find either the boss or the guest. Has another drink. Eats some more of the chicken. Back to the cellar for another drink. Finally, now Gretel's just railed. She's lit. She has 3 sheets. She ate all the food. Here comes the boss. And he says, okay, Gretel, guest is walking up the path. Let's get ready to entertain. You greet the guy. I'm going to go sharpen my knife to carve up the chicken. I see you've already set the table. That's great. So boss goes to the already set table, gets ready to eat some dinner. Gretel, knowing that she's got nothing to serve, she runs to the door. She greets the guest and says, look, man, the master is crazy. He's got big plans to cut off your ears if you come in, and he's sharpening his knives right now. Listen, you can hear him. And the guest does hear that. This ching, 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 ching. Guest hears that. He books it, gets out of there. Gretel then runs up to the boss and said, that guy stole your chickens. The boss sees the guy running, and he's like, damn it. So he takes off after him, holding his knife. There's a bit of a joke where the master thinks, well, just leave me one. At least, why don't you take 2 chickens? So he's yelling, he's running after the guy, yelling, just one. And the guy, now seeing this crazy dude running after him with the knife, believes that the master is referring to his ears per Gretel's warning, and double times it, and he escapes. The end.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, just a top notch.
It's just
top notch
like
story.
like for the first line where she's like she puts on her red high heels and then she just like turns and looks at herself in the mirror and she's like, "You look pretty fine."
You're looking good, girl.
I had to reread it like 3 times. So I was like, where are we going with this?
So do you have a moral? Let's just start there, and then we can get into the shoes.
Just kind of fumble your way to victory. I don't know.
I guess that's for her. For the master, yeah, it's hard to depend on a subordinate if they're also a bit of a drunk.
True.
No matter how hot they are.
Well, we don't know if she's hot or not. She thinks she is.
She thinks she's hot. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. She thinks she's hot. I think it read that she was hot to me, but and two, like the master's putting up with this girl. This can't be the first
True.
time, and she's just burnt the shit out of the chicken. But I love the start. Gretel has her high heels, her high heeled red shoes, a shoe which in modern times, and I guess back then maybe I'm sure this banana's offensive, right? But the fuck me shoes, right? FMPs we called them.
Yeah.
Shoes designed presumably for a woman who's going out looking for some booty.
Yeah, red.
So,
I don't think red was an innocent choice here.
Yeah, the red high heel, which I thought that was something we made that we came up with. We were
But
like,
I love she's also just like wearing them around the house to cook chickens.
she's looking good while she's cooking dinner, which that in and of itself, right?
You got to take pride in your appearance.
We have to take pride in your appearance, but also there's a plenty of a pornographic film, a short, I guess, a pornographic short where it's just someone is cooking and they're wearing just
an apron,
just the apron with those exact same red shoes.
This would have been a very different pitch. I hadn't thought of that.
We can leave it at this part anyways, but there it is, right? Like she's a bit of a drunk and a fuck up, and this very specifically not her first rodeo doing this.
Clearly,
because they say, and when she came home, she drank with gladness in her heart because it made her a better cook, which that's spot on. And it doesn't, but the more you drink, the more you feel that.
And she routinely stops and tells herself to drink before she goes and does something dumb.
I need to top off. I burning the chicken. Chardonnay will help with this. like the implication there too, though, is that she screws it up just enough to eat it herself.
Yeah. Just keeps making bad decisions after bad decisions. Like she eats one wingtip because it's burnt. Then she's like, it's gonna look unbalanced, so I'll have to eat the other one.
But it's still quite juicy. So it's like, well, how burnt was it then? And like, was that like a little bit? It's like, oh, I can't serve this. This is all burnt. Here we go.
My favorite pass is she keeps looking out the window to see if they're coming back. Who knows? They are perhaps not coming at all and have turned in somewhere. Then she said, "Hello, Gretel. Enjoy yourself. One fowl has been cut into. Take another drink and eat it up entirely. When it is eaten, you will have some peace. And why should God's good gifts be spoiled?" So she ran into the cellar again, took an enormous drink, and ate up one chicken in great glee.
Gretel, you dirty girl. You dirty dog.
I love that she keeps telling herself to drink and do something dumb.
There's no textual evidence for this, but the master has to know something's up, right?
I wonder. I do wonder. I don't know.
Maybe just at some point he's got like this can't it's implied it's not the first time. He's got to see these people again. But he overlooks it, I think, to she might actually be quite a good chef. She seems to think so, but again, she's pretty drunk when she eats the meal, and I've eaten some really bad meals drunk where I'm just like, this is the greatest slice of pizza I've ever had in my life. I took a bunch of rice, I put a bit of chicken on it, I topped it with cheese
and hot sauce.
I'm so fancy. Oh, this is so good. Oh, I feel so good now. I'm happy in my heart. But B, again, she's wearing these shoes, like possibly only wearing an apron and a pair of red high-heeled shoes. And he's like, well, okay. Sure thing, Gretel. Like I said, short story, only 2 pages, but I did like the pacing. It starts off perfectly with Gretel put on her best high heels and just looked at herself in the mirror and was like, damn, girl. And then they kind of go into this whole thing about like Gretel had to quick think of something while drunk to get rid of this guy and placate the master for why there's no chicken left.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Fully sold when the master starts running after him, holding a knife, screaming, "Just one, just one!"
That guy took your chickens. Maybe I'm just a simple man, but I could laugh about this one all day.
It's very good.
You know what's funny?
It is sort of just a joke. It's a long setup for the punchline, but there's some good bit. There's so much good in the setup that it makes for a story.
So what's funny is in the original, in most versions, she's caught and punished, but the Grimms dropped that. And I'm curious. I'm curious why. I mean, I think it's funnier this way. It's much funnier.
Is the punishment like a spanking? Because
and does she still have the shoes on?
For sure.
Is that chicken all over your face?
No. Are you lying to me? Maybe.
In other versions, it's testicles instead of ears too. I think there was a 1001 Nights version.
Okay.
It's castration.
Aladdin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so same story. Like she's a drunk chef and wearing
basically like
whatever the equivalent of Jasmine's high heels are.
Yeah, gets into trouble, manages to resolve it by scaring off the guest and setting the master upon them. It's like
he wants your balls.
He's gonna cut your balls off.
We gotta get your balls.
And he runs after him saying, "Just one, just one."
Wait, don't you want to meet the goblin? What goblin? You goblin D's nuts. But it was good. Anyways, yeah, back to this. So I like that there's a moral for the reader to an extent, but not for the characters at all.
Yeah, no.
Gretel gets zero comeuppance. All the master misses out on is a meal, and presumably will be doing a little bit of punishment and eating something later. Same with the guest. He misses out on a meal. Nobody really gets hurt. If the master doesn't know what's going on, eventually the other shoe will drop, or she's going to do this to the wrong person one day.
Yeah, maybe.
Because she's sloppy as hell.
But in the meantime, our hero gets to eat 2 roast chickens and get loaded.
Yeah,
and gets away with it.
And gets away with it, and looks good doing it. There's did you ever watch Absolutely Fabulous?
Yeah, so it's funny you mentioned that because in this new season of Wednesday, season 2, one of them plays Morticia's mother, Grandmama.
Oh, cool. Oh, fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I was she's familiar.
It's the actor that plays Patsy. All right, Joanna Lumley. Good for her. All right, where am I going? Yeah.
Abfab.
Right, yeah, there's sort of a abfab quality there, I think. And also in just getting drunk and doing something and kind of stumbling your way through into success, because they were wildly successful despite all that, and that was always kind of the fun thing. Was that I don't think
I ever watched it enough to get that theme. I always thought
Jennifer Saunders' character, Edina, I think she ran a magazine or something like that, but she wasn't good at it. No, like they weren't good at their jobs. They were drunk all the time, but they seemed to have mad success, and it was quite funny. That I liked also that Gretel's quick on her feet. There's a trope I like in storytelling called it's called an indie ploy, named after Indiana Jones, with the crux of that trope being like, you don't need a plan. If you're clever enough, you can make it up as you go. The plan has been put aside.
Yeah, there was some master improvisational work here.
I digress. Do you have any other notes?
I don't. Is that not a lot of notes on this one in general?
Well, then, if no notes, do you have like a pitch?
Yes, I was.
Spec scripts for vaudeville.
I was in a bit of a creative dry spell. It's been a while since we took a hiatus. And I thought for a bit, and I went straight to I Love Lucy. And I was like, ooh, okay. I could see that. Like she gets a job as a chef at a fancy restaurant, or maybe serving at a fancy banquet, accidentally gets drunk, like somebody spiked the lemonade for the staff or something like that. She doesn't know that she's drunk. Kind of like, do you remember the episode of WandaVision when Vision has the gum stuck in his gears and it's making him act all wasted and goofy?
No, but I never saw that show, but sure.
Made me think
conceptually, I see what you're saying.
So she's like offending guests and rich old ladies. They're complaining, or they're prevented from complaining somehow due to shenanigans. I was trying to figure out how she could get away scot-free, and as I was spinning on this, in my head it was black and white, and then all of a sudden I pivoted because I realized Three Stooges. This is a Three Stooges episode. So we've got our restaurant. It is, as most Three Stooges skits go, they've just gotten a new job. They're going to be fired by the end of the episode. You know that. So it's a restaurant. There's an indoor and an outdoor to the kitchen. It's one of those where it's like they're separated far away from each other. Mo and Larry are servers. Curly's the cook, and there's some stuffy straight man who's the manager. Larry brings a tray through the outdoor, accidentally dumps it on the guest. He's all apologetic. He goes to get he goes through the indoor to get towels as Mo comes out the outdoor to check on things. He gets all pissed off because he sees there's a guest who's like all sputtering with soup all over him. So he goes back in the indoor to find Larry. Just as Larry comes out the outdoor to clean up the guest, that thing's all set. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, Curly's mad because Larry's not picking up dishes to serve. So Mo comes out the outdoor to look for Larry. Larry's going back in the indoor at the same time. So they just miss each other again. That's standard, like in one door, out the other. Mo can't find Larry. He heads back in the indoor just as Larry comes out with more soup to serve. Everything's back to normal. Mo comes out the door, and then guest complains to him about there's a fly in his soup. So Mo heads into the kitchen, see what's going on. Gets in there, and he finds that Curly's been annoyed by flies this whole time. They're buzzing all around the kitchen, and he and Larry are whacking at them with the soup ladle and a spatula. Mo yells at them, tells them get back to work. Mo tells Curly then to dish up some soup for he and Larry so they can eat. They're tired, they've been busting their butts, and they're starving. Curly can eat later because he's got to keep cooking. Curly's pissed off about this, so he secretly slips a couple extra tablespoons of salt into this 2 bowls of soup, serves it up to them. Mo and Larry take that to slip away into the back room to eat, but the boss catches them just as they're about to eat, tells them people are hungry and get back to work. So Mo and Larry come out with that soup, give it to guests, they try it, spit it out, they're all pissed off. Mo and Larry come back in the indoor and tell Curly everyone hates the soup. Curly gets all pissed off. Mo and Larry run out the door. They see the manager in the dining room, so they run right back in the indoor as Curly's coming out the outdoor with a butcher's knife and a ladle, screaming and threatening. The guests all freak out, run for their lives. And then we cut back into the kitchen. Mo and Larry are sitting down, happily eating the soup. Oh, this isn't so bad. Unaware of all the madness outside. Cut to theme song.
I can see that. I can see it all sorts of ways.
Yeah, it's not fully true to the original, but
solid. I like it. It's a good spec script.
Yeah, I wanted to try to steer it back to the Gretel, like the whole Gretel, like telling one person one thing and then telling the other person the other thing, so they both have misconceptions about each other, and she meanwhile gets away with everything. But I couldn't quite tie it together.
It reminds me. I don't know why I'm reminded too of like. Did you ever play like any of the Secret of Monkey Island?
Yeah, I never did, but you and Tyler and Mitch all did.
But that seems like a add the salt to the soup. So
yeah, it does seem like that style. Yeah.
Anyways, I would watch that episode, and we should get paid good money for writing spec scripts for the Three Stooges.
We should find those guys, see what they're up to.
Oh, I think they're all quite dead.
Probably.
All right, I'm gonna go. Right. I don't have anything further. So if you do not have anything further, and I don't have anything further, I think we can call it on Story 77. Clever Gretel. Until the next time in the next tale, sleep tight. Dream sweet dreams of roast chicken. And today's sponsor, Cute Cooks with Sexy Shoes and Drunken Shenanigans.
See you next time. The Brothers Dim podcast is written by the Brothers Dim. Recording engineering is done by Mike and sound editing and mastering by Phil. Brothers Dim podcasts are copyrighted by the Brothers Dim and available at brothersdim.com, on Blue Sky at Brothers Dim, and wherever you get your podcasts.